Viewers, it's my pleasure to welcome you to another session with P Gurus. And today I have the pleasure of Sri RVS Mani's company. This is actually a continuation of a talk that we had in our previous session, and it promises to be very interesting because we heard from one of the IAS officers who was mentioned in our talk. Before that, let's welcome Sri RVS Mani. Mr. Mani, welcome to P Guru's channel.
Namaskar, namaskar.
So, the officer in question is currently employed in Bihar, and his name is Sri Amir Subhani. And I believe he was in touch with you, sir?
Yeah, he sent me a request after having watched it in the YouTube channel. Shall I read out?
Yeah,
I'll
please
read
do.
out. I'll read out.
Please do.
Mr. Subhani's message to me is, Mr. Mani, namaskar. I have just come across a video talk given by you on YouTube channel where it has been alleged that I had been to a mysterious HRD training course in Pakistan in the year 2012. For your kind information, I was part of an official delegation led by Chief Minister Bihar, duly cleared by MEA, assisted by Embassy of India in Pakistan, Chief Secretary of Bihar, several secretary level officers and ministers were part of the delegation. We had official meetings with constitutional dignitaries in Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad. We also visited historical sites like Takshila, Mohenjo-daro, Katsaraj Temple, sacred Gurdwara near Lahore Fort. You could have checked the facts with me before speaking against me in media, in social media. Yet I believe that you will be kind enough to make the correction in your talk, which is still available on YouTube channel. Thank you, Amir Subhani, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Bihar. This is his rejoinder to me. So I thought I should come clean, so nobody we should put all sides of the story together. So
Yes.
that was the basic purpose of requesting you for this hangout. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's just recount all the people who were part of this delegation. I have an article that was published in Patna Daily on 12th November 2012, and the headlines read like this: Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and his 12-member delegation, comprising state ministers and senior bureaucrats, on Sunday paid a visit to Bhutto's family, or Larkana, and so on and so forth. The people who were there, the attendees from Bihar, were Nitish Kumar, Art and Culture Minister Sukhda Pandey, Industry Minister Renu Kushwaha, Member of Parliament N.K. Singh, Chief Secretary A.K. Sinha, Deputy Chairperson of Bihar Legislative Council Salim Parvez, Home Principal Secretary Amir Subhani, Chief Secretary Anjani Kumar Singh, Secretary Atish Chandra, Savarn Ayog Commissioner Member Muhammad Abbas, and Khuda Baksh Library Director Imtiaz Ahmed. And they went and visited several places. So, Mr. Mani, in this, there are a few IAS officers, isn't it? But
Yes.
when you look at their ER records, only Mr. Amir Subhani has mentioned that this was an HRD visit for a period of 9 days. Now, this mentioning, is that mandatory or is it optional for officers?
See, basically, foreign trainings have to be declared. A foreign training is already a part of the official record. It goes into the ER sheet, suo moto, but if you also tender it, that is also taken into account, provided you show the approvals. That is the format in which the ER sheets is concerned. Whatever additional qualification, educational, if any. Some people also tender their participation in foreign delegations. Going on foreign delegation as a mark of duty, in the process of your duty, in the course of your duty, is not a training. That is number one. So some do people speculatively tender it, and that is taken on record, but it is not a training. The the narrative of the column heading is very clear: details of foreign trainings, not foreign visits. So certainly this was not a training. How it got into his ER sheet, I don't know. Whether it was tendered by him, It's a matter of, because either it should, because Department of Personnel sitting in New Delhi would not, which is the custodian of the ER sheet would not know unless and until it has been tendered, either by the officer concerned or through the state government where he is posted or whatever organization he is posted. That is the way it is getting into the ER sheet. But the fact that it is a part of the ER sheet cannot be denied. So this was basically a number one, shown as a training in HRD, which raises quite a few questions. So that is the reason let us try to clear the dust in this matter, in this innings of the hangout. That was my purpose of requesting for this hangout.
So this is a 2012 visit. Nitish Kumar was the chief minister, and looks like, let's say they were there for 10 days, 9 days, whatever the time period, and there were 6 or 7 historical sites that have been mentioned. Seems to me that that would have taken up bulk of the time of their visit there, and one wonders if it was really human resources development training that was the purpose of the visit, or it's not clear to me what could have been the purpose of the visit. I mean, was Bihar trying to sell its resources to Pakistan, or so maybe you can throw some light based on your experience of similar trips that delegations take to other countries.
See, basically what I have perused in the information available on the net regarding that visit, it is purportedly stated that the objective of the visit was a return visit by the delegation trying to sell the development model of Bihar to Pakistan, the economic successes of Bihar to Pakistan. We have certain questions coming up on this that we will attend it later.
Yes, please go ahead.
If it was a matter of economic model being sold to Pakistan, Pakistan had visited, some delegation had visited. How it cropped up, we don't know. How it got into the table, got on the table is not again a mysterious thing. Per se, if you see within India, Bihar is not covering itself with glory with any development or economic model. We all know it in human development index ratings and all other such indicators. It is not doing it's not covering itself with glory. Not one of the 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is the first question which comes to mind. We have already said that how it was a human resource development training which is got into his ER sheet is $1 million question. But the second question is this: how the Bihar model was chosen by Pakistan. Is the Pakistan so naive that they cannot see a Gujarat model or a Karnataka model or some other Punjab model or a Haryana model which is doing rapidly much better? Even on the face of it, let us not get into the statistics and numbers. Even on the face of it, it is the Bihari citizens, the citizens hailing from Bihar, who have to migrate. We are now faced with a migrant problem. So in this context, it will be most relevant to state that it is basically, since the development is not happening in Bihar, since job opportunities are not coming up in Bihar, we have had very, very bad statements by even the politicos. One late chief minister of Delhi had also made some not so good statement, not so virtuous statement about this migration. The current chief minister also had said very not acceptable things about this migration. In Mumbai, the grain of certain political parties is to fight against the migrant from this state. In other places also there are issues coming up. In the entire overview, if you see how did that the Bihar is claiming to be in a state of economic development to sell its model to Pakistan, what was cooking up. And another very interesting thing, see the places visited by the delegation, the chief minister and all. So now We cannot hold Mr. Amin Suhani as any icon of the delegation. He was only a part of the delegation. The leadership of the delegation was with Nitish Kumar. So he was only officer, and as per the AICC, AIS discipline and appeal rules, he has to only follow the orders of the political leadership. So to that extent, we cannot say anything about that. But see the context, economic context. Every year, the same Nitish Kumar seeks a package from the government of India because of the poor economic development. It has been repeated. If anybody has sought special package for beyond the maximum number of times, it is Nitish Kumar government only which has sought. Every time he is grinning, he is whining, he is doing all sorts of things for economic package of it. My question is the center's money being drawn under the this thing of under the curtain of an economic package, special package, and getting it flown into the Pakistan, which is a way of funding terror? I will tell you a very interesting thing about it. In 2005, the government of India gave $5 million to Pakistan earthquake rehabilitation and reconstruction for the victims of earthquake 2005. October it has occurred. 8th or 9th October it occurred. India had paid $5 million donation. And later on, as intelligence reports, it was found. I have flagged it in a particular file in Home Ministry. I cannot quote that exactly. That this $5 million was used to fund terror camps establish terror camps in Muzaffarabad. So this is the given pattern. Another thing about the economic development package or whatever they say development model of Bihar, economic, social, or health, or public health, or whatever it is, Mr. Suhani was a Home Principal Secretary Home at that time. What is the functional context of an economic development package in Pakistan coming up, in which a home secretary is involved? We do not know. Why did Mr. Nitish Kumar want a home principal secretary to be a part of the delegation? We do not know. It's a question which begs an answer. Similarly, other deputy leader of the legislative council also, yes, what relevance he has, it's a matter of thing. And because we are going to Pakistan, an adversarial country, we have a country which is conspiring against India repeatedly, even today. Yesterday's Pulwama attack has also a giveaway. And in this context, a state chief minister, indeed MEA had cleared it. But the question is, again, the suspicion comes, why the MEA cleared it? Did they have the intelligence reports about that? See, this package, see the entire loop. The special packages is being asked, something is given, additional, you can check it. Additionally, generally, Bihar Chief Minister is placated by virtue of certain additional benefit in the budget, annual budget and all. It's a matter of an annual plan also, a little bigger size. And in that context, that fellow is going to Pakistan to sell his economic package, and none of the sites visited has got anything to do with economics or development. And none of the officers, chief secretary, fine. Then secretary to chief minister is also fine, good. Like that. But who are the economic people, say education minister, or say health minister, or say even the finance minister, or finance secretary, education secretary? None of them were there. Panchayati Raj, local development, local governance, none of them have been found in the delegation. So was it really as stipulated in the objective of the delegation? Even this question should have been asked by the MEA while giving clearance. They should have given the political clearance. Before that, this question should have been asked, that why you are not carrying any person from the economic domain. All of them are like this. And you are taking a principal home secretary to the delegation. What is he going to do there? What is his role? These are all to be examined by the Economic External Affairs in 2012, but it did not happen. So And because it is pregnant with a lot of sensitive issues. It is not a straightforward foreign jaunt. And generally, people go for foreign jaunts in more beautiful countries like Switzerland and USA, or Australia or England, France. Nobody goes to Pakistan. There is nothing of attraction to Pakistan excepting if you are working in a historical area and you want to visit the Mohenjo-daro. You agree with me?
Yes, I do. It's very, very curious. The way this has been done has been very, very curious. Coupled with the statement that you made that the money that India gave to Pakistan for earthquake relief fund got reinvested back into India in the Muzaffarabad
Not in
region.
India.
Oh, it's
POK.
in the Muzaffarabad in Pakistan.
Muzaffarabad in Pakistan
Oh, I see.
to establish terror camps. Not only the entire $5 million went into terror funding into India. It's a matter of record. It's all out there in the NHA files.
Why
I think
did so this discussion is adding more questions. Why did India feel so generous that they felt that they have to give $5 million?
It gave. It's a matter of record.
And they repaid that by 2008 2611 blast. In 2006 there was also something. 2007 there was
2006, 2007, 2008, serial number of blasts. Around 15 blasts occurred around that place starting from the Mumbai train attack, serial train bomb attacks of 2006, 11th July. If you see, there was a sequence of blasts, whether it is Makkah Masjid or Shamjota blast or this or that and all. 15 blasts, $5 million are enough to conduct 15 to 17 blasts, including German bakery.
Very, very interesting. The coincidence is certainly stunning. Now, I guess what we would like to know is really what was accomplished in this trip. Perhaps since he was the one, Mr. Subani is the one who has asked us to clarify it, perhaps he can clarify what exactly got accomplished. Yes, you made the trip. What exactly got accomplished? What was the purpose and what was the result of that?
But my concerns are even more grave. See, those period we were combating this fake currency also, which is coming through the Nepal. And Bihar has a very long border with Nepal.
That's true.
Another factor is Indian Mujahideen members might have hailed from Karnataka, but many of them were married into Bihar families. Like Riaz Bhatkal, Iqbal Bhatkal, or somebody like Yasin Bhatkal, one of the three. Also, the very canard about the Ishrat Jahan being a Bihar ki beti and so many things were being said about it. These are all very sensitive matters.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Now the question is, and apart from that, Pakistan High Commission in Nepal was also indulging in certain things about which I have already talked about it. In Sunday Guardian, 22nd April 2018, it has come out that they were also indulging in sort of a compromising many of our politicians, judicial officers, civil servants, top civil servants, public sector chiefs, so many things I have talked about. It is a report which the Home Ministry has. I don't know whether it is not Home Ministry's report, it is JIC they call it, Joint Intelligence Committee report. In the entire circumstances, if you see, in 2012, Nitish Kumar takes a delegation to Pakistan with senior civil servants, chief secretary, then chief secretary, secretary to his own chief minister, chief secretary in the chief minister's office, then you have a principal home secretary and one more officer in there. Does it not ask for questions, answers? We require several questions get raised here. I have said the context, full context in the right perspective. So this is a question which so many of us has to ask. Now it is not a single officer. Officers generally in the West Ministerial model follow the orders. Now the onus is on Nitish Kumar. That what did he go there for the huge large delegation? if that Sukan Pandey or Renu Pushpa or Salim Parvez or whomever it is, all of them are, the political leadership is answerable now, and there is no escape from this. This needs to be taken up at the highest level. This is a very damaging thing.
And yes,
And,
indeed.
and same Sushil Kumar Modi had criticized the same visit in 2015, but the political fellow is now, because now he is very pally with the Deputy Chief Minister under Nitish Kumar, he is keeping quiet about it now.
Well, they were adversaries then, they are chums now, therefore all is forgotten.
Right. So if you are an enemy, if you don't agree with me today, I will raise a question, and tomorrow you give me some sweeteners. You keep quiet on the such a critical issue of national security. So Supreme Modi also is equally answerable on this, that why is he not pursuing that issue being a member of the cabinet? He can now access all the files, he can find out the report, what really happened. A delegation report always is followed. So these are all very alarming questions.
Yes, indeed. And I have the title for today's hangout. Why did a 12-man committee leave Bihar for Pakistan? What was accomplished in 2012?
And about the foreign delegation, about the foreign visits of chief ministers, it generally goes to various countries where investments are harnessed. You have many, see S.M. Krishna and so many other chief ministers, they do go to harness investments, to promote their state, market their state as an investment destination. That is what happens. Nobody, I don't think anybody has gone on to sell the model. Even the Gujarat state government, which as on today is the best model operating in the country. I am not speaking any political statement here, but it's validated by facts till the last year reports. There are certain state governments which are doing very well. For example, Chandrababu Naidu did a lot of things. At that time also, he did not go and market his development model anywhere, to any adversarial country. Or there are other, the chief ministership of S.M. Krishna, the entire IT growth happened. They are not doing it. But what is this happening? And Bihar, which is always seeking a special package. Now the question of integrity over the raising of special package for Bihar now has to be raised. Is he taking out the special package to give the money to siphon out the money to Pakistan? This is the question which is most moot.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I think we don't have to say this more and more, in the sense that if Sushil Kumar Modi himself has asked this question, I think Nitish Kumar owes the nation an answer. What exactly was the purpose of that trip and what was achieved? Because at that time, every year there was a problem being created by Pakistan. This is really, really very interesting. Why these kinds of trips were made. And let's hope that we will hear from someone in the government. I think we are just asking questions here, and let's see how this plays out. Thank you very much, Mr. Mani, and we'll be back with more such interesting questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.